guys, Kenny Bonus here with Bonus Accounting, and on this video we're going to be walking through how to get set up with an EIN, Employer Identification Number, through the IRS website. This might be useful when you're starting a company, starting payroll, or creating any type of entity that requires an EIN. We're usually answering this question for a lot of our clients, so we wanted to show you how to do it for yourself. As always, I want to recommend consulting with an attorney about the legal implications and all the steps that should be taken. So be sure to talk to your attorney. All right, so this is typically the second step you would take after creating your LLC with the state of Pennsylvania, or if you already have an entity set up but you don't have an EIN. So you'll go to your Google search and you'll type in EIN registration. You'll always skip past the ads and then go to apply for an employer identification number, and you'll notice that it's with the irs.gov website. Once here, you'll scroll down to apply online now. Click OK, and then you'll select Begin Application. If you're coming here after creating an LLC in the state of Pennsylvania for a sole member, you'll click on this tab here. Keep in mind you'll be able to select any one of these and determine if it's appropriate for you. In this case, we have limited liability company. It talks a little bit about that. And if it's a single member, it's technically considered a disregarded entity, so it doesn't have to do its own tax return, but it'll be filed on your Schedule C on your personal 1040 tax return at the end of the year. So we select limited liability company and then select continue. From here, it talks a little bit about what an LLC is and then what it is not. I always recommend reading over everything as you go through these steps. Be familiar with them. And then select continue. Here it asks how many members are in the LLC, and we'll select one. And then it asks which state you're in, Pennsylvania. Continue. From here it talks about all the different items of being an LLC, how it's a disregarded entity, that it goes on your 1040, and then if there's any forms that you're interested in completing in the future, such as S-Corp election or different corporate election, you're able to find those forms here. But for the time being, we're just going to continue on. Typically, whenever you're creating a new LLC, it's because you started a new business, although any of these may be applicable as well. Here, you'll be wanting to complete the responsible party. So if it's yourself, you'll type in your information here and that you're one of the owners and members. So we'll go ahead and complete this step and then continue on. On this next screen, it'll ask where the LLC is physically located. If you're operating right out of your house, you'll put that address here. And if you have a business location, you'll enter that address here. And if you have another address that you want to have the mail sent to, you'll select it here and continue. Here you'll want to enter in the legal name of the LLC. So this is what will be matching the articles of incorporation that you had just filed with the state of Pennsylvania. Typically, I like to make sure that those are completely filed before moving on to this step. And then click continue. Here you'll have some questions about the details of your LLC, and you'll answer them accordingly. If you plan to have employees who will receive W-2s within the next 12 months, you'll want to select yes on this. And then continue. Here it asks, what does your business or organization do? And you'll choose one of the categories that best describes your business. If you can't find something that describes it accordingly, just select Other at the bottom and then Continue. And then specify, and then continue. Here it'll ask you, how would you like to receive your EIN confirmation letter? Would you like to have it received online or through the mail? I always recommend receiving it online so you're able to print it up right then, have your EIN number, and then be finished right there. Typically, it takes 4 weeks to receive your EIN when you select through the mail, and then you'll click continue. After this screen, you'll walk through a review of all the items that you've selected, and then you'll select continue. After that screen, you'll select your EIN, and then you'll also be able to print up a PDF of the SS4 form. This form is usually what banks require when seeing proof of your EIN. Be sure to print this and save it down to your hard copy file. Additionally, you want to make note and memorize your EIN. Typically, this is the best way to make sure that you don't lose it or forget it. So there you have it, obtaining your EIN through the irs.gov website. And for our purposes today, just doing a single member LLC in the state of Pennsylvania, it's very straightforward. As always, we're not providing any legal advice in these videos, simply a walkthrough of these systems, and always consult with your attorney on any questions that you might have. Thanks for joining us today.